Amazing goal by Ricky Villa. The big man from Argentina went round 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, all. This is the Perchy here from the Perchy TV. We'll start that again.
What a fantastic run! He scored! Amazing goal by Ricky Villa. The big man from Argentina went round 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, all. This is the Perchy here from the Perchy TV. How are we all doing? I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. A bit of a housework to sort of get us start off before we do start. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, do all the means of all the socials are down below. Let's get started. First of all, before we talk about any transfer news, congratulations to Manchester City winning the treble. They are still out behind. I believe today is the open top parade around Manchester City Centre, and every single City fan must be going crazy. Congratulations to them on that. That was incredible. Really good game of football on Saturday. And Rodri, by the way, what a football player. So underrated, and he's gone and won them the Champions League. And I said at the start that with Haaland they'll go and win the treble. I'm always right, aren't I? Somehow, always get it right. But anyway, we're going to talk about some transfer news. Obviously, didn't do anything over the weekend, so we've got a bit of a backlog, bit of a catch up. Let's talk about some transfers that are happening. Obviously, the big one at the moment is about David Raya at Tottenham. We will get to that in a bit, so stay tuned for that one. A few deals that have been done. There are a few ones that are sort of done. Ryan Kent has confirmed his free transfer to Fenerbahce, which I always thought was a bit of a shock. Ryan Kent going to Fenerbahce. Because I kind of thought, I had a feeling Ryan Kent would go into the Premier League somehow. He's got that sort of nippiness, the quickness. The fact he's gone to Fenerbahce is probably not a bad deal, but if there's any Rangers fans watching, let me know what your thoughts are losing Ryan Kent. Obviously, he's gone on a free, didn't sign a new contract. So that's the starting points. We've got other confirmed ones that happened over the weekend. Is Yuri Tillemans made his move to Aston Villa permanent. He's on a free deal from Leicester. He was out of contract. So those two are two done deals already in that sense. So that's the sort of ones that have already happened at the moment. There was another one that signed on a free was this man, Houssem Aouar. Was linked heavily with Arsenal for about 2 years. Has gone to Roma on a free. So stuff is happening as well at the moment. There are transfers happening, but there's other links as well with this man, Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is heavily linked with a few different outlets that Spurs are going to make a surprising bid for the Manchester United winger. Would I want Sancho? Yeah, I think he's a really good player. Very technically gifted. Hasn't really worked out at Man United. But, a huge but, 50 million quid is the talking price. Does Jadon Sancho represent good value at the moment when Spurs... Listen, if he was the last piece of the puzzle and we had 50 million, I wouldn't be too mad. Right now with Tottenham, we need a lot of work to be done. A lot of work to be done. Is blowing £50 million on Jadon Sancho going to improve us enough for the £50 million that could be spent elsewhere? We still need centre-backs. We need a goalkeeper, which we'll touch on later. You'll probably see by the title. We will touch on later. So is he good value? Is Jadon Sancho good value? I don't think so at the moment. But if you can get a good price, maybe if you get him on loan with an option to buy or an obligation to buy, yeah. But what does that think about Dejan Kulusevski? Because we then theoretically will have more wingers now. Do we need more wingers when we need centre-backs? I mean, it's a typical Spurs sign. It's signing an attacker when you're dying out for a defender. So at the moment, I'm not sure on the Sancho one. I wouldn't be too against him. I think he's a good player, but I'll be honest, I don't see it's going to happen. Another ones that are sort of having two Arsenal lads have just signed new contracts, Reece Nelson and William Saliba. I think Saliba for Arsenal, getting that over line is massive with the likes of PSG. I think there was likes of Bayern Munich that want him. I mean, he's a young, very, very talented centre-back, William Saliba. The Reece Nelson one, I'm a bit confused about. Offering him a new contract. Is he that good? I think the rumours were about 70 grand a week. Is he worth 70 grand a week? If there's any Arsenal fans, let me know what your thoughts on about Reece Nelson and William Saliba getting a new contract. I think Saliba was obviously a no-brainer. It was good to get that over the line. And Reece Nelson, not too sure. But any Arsenal fans, let me know in the comments what your thoughts on Reece Nelson and William Saliba. Another one that was I actually did it on this show. Evan and Dicker. There was talks about a 5-year deal on the table from Roma. However, reports are now coming out that Tottenham have entered the race at the last moment to bring in Evan Ndicka on a free transfer from Frankfurt. Now, if we can get Ndicka over the line on a free, I think that is incredible from Spurs. If we can convince Ndicka to come to Tottenham, I think that's a massive, massive signing. If we can convince him to not go to Roma and come to Tottenham. I believe there's another club that's not been named, I believe. If someone knows, let me know in the comments, of course. But Evan Ndicka, what people's thoughts on that coming to Spurs? I think that is an absolute no-brainer. And on a free, that is the right signing for this club right now when we're needing centre-backs and good centre-backs at that. Hopefully, there won't be another massive name in world sport that come in. There could be. Pardon me. He's not old. He's a young lad. I think if I'm right, I say he's 24. Let me know again. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'm just sort of on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's not old for a centre back. He will be great value. I think great value, really good signing. Get Evan Ndicka to Tottenham Hotspur, please. Do whatever you have to do to convince that man to come to Tottenham. Now let's go across the pond over to PSG. Two names that they've been heavily linked with are Xavi Simons and Wilfried Zaha. We know they've already just signed Ugarte. That's already done. I apologise on the last one. I didn't mention it. It was in the thumbnail, as was Conrad Lime, who went to Bayern Munich. They were both in the thumbnail, and I forgot to talk about them. I completely forgot to talk about them. But yeah, so Ugarte, who was linked with Tottenham for a good period, he's gone to PSG. They're also looking at Wilfried Zaha, who's also got offers on the table from several Saudi Arabian clubs. And Xavi Simons, who was linked with Arsenal last week, has now been heavily linked now with PSG. Now, that would be a good signing. He looked brilliant, that Xavi Simons. What a player. And there's one more lad that's linked with Barcelona. Looks like it's going to happen to go to Barcelona as this young man. And his name is Mikhail Faye. So it's not the best picture, apologies. But he's Senegalese. He's a Senegalese player who plays out in the second division in Croatia. And he's about to go and join Barcelona. This is where, as a club, this is nothing against Barcelona, by the way. I have no knowledge of him. I haven't got a clue. I just saw it come up today, and I wanted to talk about it more because that's the sort of signing, as a Spurs fan, I would love to see. Start looking around Europe in these smaller divisions, these young lads that are good players. There's a young lad that his name is going to completely. It's something Orban. Someone in the comments will let me know. It's he plays in Belgium or somewhere, or Denmark or somewhere like that, and he's just turning trees up. He's turning trees up, and it's the sort of lads like that that makes me excited as a Tottenham fan. Yes, all the big names are great. But lads that come out of nowhere and become really... Gift Orban. That's his name. I did remember it. Comments will probably get in there anyway. But yeah, Gift Orban. He's the sort of player, as a Spurs fan, would absolutely make me excited. Young, energetic, hungry, good engine on him. Same with a lad like this. Like, obviously, I don't know enough about this lad to sort of comment, but the fact that Barcelona are going into him going in for someone in the Croatian second division, why can't Tottenham do it? Why can't Tottenham go to these sort of lesser divisions and start cherry picking gems? Would love all that. And finally, the last one is, and this is where all my efforts are going to be talked about, is this man. This man indeed. David Raya. David Raya is agreed personal terms with Tottenham. Now, that's the easy part. Getting the player to agree personal terms to step up for him. They already know they've signed a replacement in Flecken, who's joined from Freiburg. Now, Brentford are adamant on £40 million. For me, I think I was watching Sean earlier on Spurs Talk Show. So big shout out to Sean, by the way. Absolutely lovely. His attention to detail and stuff is absolutely second to none. He's really, really good at that. He made a great point. I think the fee at the moment is relative, but for a player with 1 year left on his contract, that for me is a lot of money for a player with 1 year left on his contract. They've already signed his replacement, but for me at the moment with Tottenham, we need to just get a goalkeeper in, and he fits the bill to a T. None of this negotiating now to try and get it down to 25 million pounds. Listen, why don't, as Tottenham go, do you know what? You want 40, we'll offer you 20, or we'll offer you 30, and then 10 million of it will be on bonuses and add-ons if he does certain things. Something like that. If they want the 40 million pound or do it in installments, whatever, we raise a lot of money at this football club. Get it done. Yes, you could argue it could be overpriced. Could be. Ramsdale went from Bournemouth. Ramsdale went from, Bournemouth to Arsenal for 30 million. And at the time, everyone said that was a load of money. Not really, is it now? Let's be honest. He's homegrown, David Raya, came through Blackburn. Now, for me, we have to get this done. We have to get this David Raya deal done this week, in my opinion. Get it done. So on the first day of pre-season, we know he's the goalkeeper. It means Hugo Lloris can be gone. I think we'll probably mutually terminate his contract to let him go to maybe Saudi Arabia and he can go and earn the money out there. But for me, David Raya's got to be our number one next season. And it has to be done straight away. None of this in the middle of pre-season it gets announced because we've haggled it down to 30 million quid. Pay the money, however needs possible. If you have to negotiate some sort of clauses and all that lot, do it. I think David Raya is the perfect appointment for our new number one. And what I like him at Brentford, he's good with his feet. He's good. His all-round goalkeeping is good. Listen, he's a sweeper keeper, just how Postecoglou will want to work. I think we need to get this over the line rather quickly because we're going to be busy in this summer. We don't want to be haggling down 5-10 million quid every time on every transfer because it could take all the way up till the end of August. Get it done, get it sorted, get him on the Australian tour as soon as he signs. A player like, as I said, player like David Raya gets me excited. I can't wait to see him playing at Tottenham. I want these transfers to excite me, not bore me because we've taken 2 months to get him over the line. If he's the number one, the price is 40 million quid. Pay it if you have to. Maybe it's over the odds, but pay it. But I understand why you want to get the money down. I totally get all that. So for me, David Raya has to be number one target now. Get that done and then work on the likes of Maddison. Reports are coming out today that James Maddison is now more inclined to Newcastle, which I said from all day one. And before anyone says this isn't a Newcastle shirt, this is a Santos shirt, Brazilian shirt. So also another way, if people want to see me in a new shirt, I've got loads of shirts from all around the world. You might as well call me the British Strasbourg Steve. Big shout out to him because he's got about 1,000,001 shirts. I haven't got that many. I've probably got about 20, 25 from different clubs because I'm sort of a slight collector of kits, but I haven't got that as many as he does. But yeah, so after that, guys, I'll leave it at that. Please like, please subscribe, do all of the stuff. We're on the road to 700 whilst on the road to 1,000, as I said. And also, I just wanted to let people know, if you've made it to the end of this, massive shout out if you've made it to the end. I'm going to be changing a lot of my content up soon. There's a few things in the pipe works, a few exciting things happening. So be patient. We'll still try and get more content out in the week. Content, not content. Content out in the week. Do some more streams maybe in the week, maybe. And I'll start doing more videos. But I'm going to keep the daily transfer stuff coming. Massive shout out to everyone. Big up to yourselves. And listen, please like, please subscribe, comment. Let me know about any stuff, any transfers that have popped through I haven't spoken about. Pop them in the comments. And maybe on tomorrow's show, I'll talk about the ones that you put in your comments. This is not just my channel. This is your channel as the viewer. I want to tailor my work to what you guys want to see. If there's more content you want to see, if you want to see me with other guests, I can work on that. This is all about the community, and I'm loving you all in this community. Massive shout out to all of you. And on that note, I'm going to leave you. So have a lovely Monday afternoon, Monday evening when you decide to watch this. And obviously, if you watch it after Monday, have a great day, whatever day it is. And as I said, get in the comments and stuff you want to know. Massive shout out to you guys. Peace out.